Welcome, everybody. We are talking about the book, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This is Hunger Games 1, not 2, not 3, just 1. Here we go.
Has anyone else read it before?
I hadn't read it before. As you said, I should start reading it before I came here today. I was going to read half, and then I just read the whole thing. And then I read the second book. And then I watched both of those movies. And then I had the third book on hold at the library. I've never read these. And somebody's like, oh, The Hunger Games, what do you think? I'm like, it's like reading an action movie. That's what it is.
Right?
It is an action. Yes.
I was like, it's not like, I mean, it's talking about serious stuff, you know, dystopia stuff that is like, some of it may be close to home in some ways. You know, you're like, I could maybe see this happening. But at the same time, it's not like, you're not looking for like, I mean, it points out the symbolism for you. You're not like looking for the symbolism and like trying to tease out all the deep meanings of stuff. It's like reading an action movie, but it's got like, it'll tell you, this is the symbolism in here, right? Which is nice. You can really move through it. You're like, what's, like I'd seen the movies years ago, but I have no memory from movies. So it was nice. So I read the first two and we watched the first two, and now the other one's gonna come in. Oh, my whole just came in the library, so I'll be reading the third. So there you go.
That's awesome. This is my third or fourth time rereading.
And you do like The Hunger Games.
Listen, when I tell you, I was the prime age when this came out as the movie. Obsessed. I was absolutely obsessed with it. I've seen the movie probably 100 times. All of them. I watch them yearly, once or twice.
Oh,
just obsessive. Actually.
Yeah, she literally has a yearly reaping.
I do. Yes. And I get emotional every time too. Every time. But I went to South Korea in 2018, 2019, and Catching Fire is my favorite book of all time.
Is that number 2 or 3?
2.
Number 2. Yeah.
That's number 2.
So I got the book in Korean.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's just, I don't know. You probably can't read it.
Oh,
but
fun.
Do you read
Korean?
Yeah,
do you read Korean?
No, not at all. But I was just like, that's so cool. Like, just to have my favorite book. And
that's very cool, just as like a memorabilia. Now, was it banned in South Korea?
Yeah, I got it in Seoul. I don't know if it was banned or not. If it was,
Sarah, do you know where they were banned?
I think it was banned in the U.S.
It was banned in the U.S.?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Why?
So much
the U.S. bans so many things.
Really?
Which is like very strange, considering like their whole thing is that they wanted freedom, so they like, you know.
Yeah. I assumed it was banned in, I guess I assumed China.
That's fair.
They also ban a lot of things. Yeah,
that would make sense to me because they're so strict on government and what you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're like, we don't want a rebellion.
Either.
Yeah.
But U.S., that's so different than, that's really
It was also banned in Vietnam, Thailand, and India.
Oh, okay.
But the U.S. too.
Interesting.
Lots of places in the U.S. Oh, China. Yeah, China was also banned.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
That really surprises me.
Does it say
is
why
Canada bad for banning books? Oh, sorry.
No, we don't really ban books here in Canada very often. It's not common.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if it's gonna become more common. You know, like, do you think that like some of the American, I mean, some of the American sentimentality kind of like catches in Canada anyway? In a way,
is catching fire.
Is catching fire, and it is kind of catching fire now, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of. Right? Like maybe QAnon believing Canadians or whatever. I don't know. So you wonder if that's that kind of like sentiment to ban lots of things maybe will become more prevalent here. I don't know.
I thought it was interesting, kind of on the similar page there, is when gay marriage became legal in all states. So many very conservative people were like, we're going to Canada. Sorry you live in the 1800s, but like, it's just...
Why would you come here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very interesting, some the mentality in the States for sure.
Another little statistic about this book, it was banned 348, there's 348 cases of banning this trilogy in 2010 alone. 348 cases
Oh, wow.
of banning it in just 2010.
But why are they banning it?
Why?
So anti-family, insensitivity, offensive language, occult or how do you say it? When
occult.
It's Satan?
Satanic?
Yeah, satanic. Thank you. Okay. Violent, religious viewpoint, and sexuality. Although sexuality, I don't know.
Now, I haven't read these books before, and I'm only on chapter 8 or something, but the movie was not. Am I not remembering the movie? It didn't seem super sexy at all.
No,
the movie is very similar. They're very similar to the book.
There's no, I don't think sexuality. I don't know.
There is, because remember, like, they're in the games. This is going to have spoilers. They're like, they're like cuddling and kissing, and they're not married. I mean, some people might not find that good, right? Like,
they like kissed, like, did they kiss? Like at the end?
They kiss. They will kiss.
Yeah, like a pack.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean.
Gonna be all
like, I don't think it's not like
gonna
they're
need some
heavy
petting.
Yeah, it's not.
Stay warm.
That's the thing. It's nothing more than really kissing. Like, I mean,
when I think sexuality, I know this is graphic, but when I think sexuality, I think like if it's gonna be banned for it, penetration. Yeah, if it's gonna be banned for it, there needs to be penetration.
If you're gonna ban it, there's got to be penetration. Otherwise,
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I guess maybe because it's marketed towards. Would you say this is marketed towards a teen or a tween?
Yes.
I would say
it's young adult. Yeah.
I wonder if maybe it has something to do with the fact that Haymitch is encouraging the fake relationship. So it's kind of like pressure for her to, like, he sexualizes her and
he's
like
kind of grooming them, right? Like,
he's making exactly, like, it could be, it's a stretch, but it could be like underage videos on, you know what I mean? Like, they're on
she's
TV,
16, right? She's 16. She's not 25 or whatever.
And she doesn't, or she doesn't think she likes him in that way. Anyways, it's Haymitch that introduces kind of the idea and like encourages her, and then she does it, also being like, I'm just doing this for the TV. Like, there's that piece that's like coerced. It's like a little bit coerced, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've never, like, in all the times I've read and watched it, I've never thought of that being an issue with Haymitch at all.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
sorry to interrupt. Continue. Oh, sorry.
Look at how long your hair is. No, don't be sorry. This is exciting.
Sorry to book interrupt.
Oh.
Book interrupted.
Okay, so here's my interruption. I was opening The Handmaid's Tale to read it before I went to sleep tonight, and I found, where is it? A love note from my eldest daughter that said, "Mama, I love you. This is all my love for you," and she drew like 1,000,000 hearts. Isn't that so sweet? And like pictures inside of us snuggling. Love it. So that was a pretty lovely interruption, and she hid it in my book because she knew I'd open my book at some point and discover it. So it was a secret. So lovely.
Book interrupted.
Hello. Has anyone else not read the book before? Yeah.
So, but yes, I haven't read it before. It's my first time. Yeah.
So the reason I read this book is because Lindsay gave me all 3 books to read because she's like, you got to read them. They're so great. And I like devoured them like 10 years ago in like a week, all 3 books. They were amazing. Yeah. You gave them to me. I just had Matty. Yeah. I was on maternity leave and I was telling you how I'm like devouring every book in my house. And you're like, oh, then you should read The Hunger Games. They're so good. Yes. And you dropped off all 3 for me. And I have a memory of Matty like breastfeeding and sleeping. and me just reading all 3 books like crazy. Like they're so good because every chapter is a cliffhanger. So you just need to read the next one and I had nothing to do. I was just with my newborn. Like I had nothing, but you know,
I just hate reading it in this order. I feel like it just feels so wrong to read a book after you've seen the movies.
Yeah.
Like I've never done it in this order before. And it's very confusing because I can't imagine the characters as anyone but Jennifer Lawrence.
Totally.
Yeah.
Josh
This
Hutcherson.
is nuts. Yeah.
But the guy who plays PETA in the movies, I couldn't remember the guy who plays PETA in the movie. And so like in my head, he looks different. And then when the movie happened and I was like, no, not my PETA. Yeah.
Like they describe him as big and kind of like corn. I feel like he was like this, like kind of like football playery farmer. Yeah, and then PETA in the movie is like not.
It feels like he's short.
He is. He does feel short.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
A little guy, and then Katniss,
and maybe not as charming.
They describe her as so small and bird-like, and Jennifer Lawrence has a very like beautiful, statuesque, athletic, shapely, as like she's got it all really.
Yeah, she does.
She's very womanly. She's
No, Leah just says that because we all said that she looks like her. Remember?
Jennifer Lawrence is so
she's got
awesome.
body,
and remember, I don't know if you heard that, but that when we all had to compare, it was maybe on the blog or something. We all had to
remember what this was for.
We had to pick a celebrity or something that would
play us in a movie.
Yes, that's what it was.
And Leah's was Jennifer Lawrence, so hence she thinks she's so amazing.
Yeah, it's like she's so good looking, so kind, so cool.
Well, I think Jennifer Lawrence killed it as Katniss in these movies. Like every time
she's a good
I watch it, she just, especially, I know we're not talking about the second one, but in the second one, there's this one scene where PETA, they think something happened to him, and she is shaking. Like her whole body is shaking while she's like trying to be close to him. Every time it gets me. Every time. It's so good. So good.
This is the first book that I've ever read twice, as far as I can remember anyway.
Oh, wow. And do you like it the second time around just as much as the first time?
I'm saving that for my personal journal.
Okay,
so
good to know. I'll listen just to figure it out.
Just to figure it out, I'll listen.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just hate reading it in this order. It's so like not right. It
Do you mean
so wrong.
book after movie? Book after movie?
Yeah,
order?
it's just
That's what you
book
mean.
after movie order is just all wrong.
As soon as I hear that a book has like a book informed a movie, I often like Where the Crawdads Sing, for example. I didn't know, and then I found out, and so now I won't watch it, even though I really want to. But I bought the book. But
it's good.
I did that with Harry Potter. I watched all the Harry Potters, and then someone was like, "You haven't read," and I was like, "I don't know." So now I have. But you know,
Well, so I was in grade 10, I think, or 11 when The Hunger Games, the movie, came out, and I lived in such a bubble, like just being so young. I literally thought this was real life. Okay, I thought at that point in my life, I thought all movies were real.
What?
Like
really?
Grade 10? I'm serious. I'm serious.
I love that.
This
Did you watch
bubble I lived in was crazy. And I went with my friend to the movie, and I hadn't read the books, and she kept saying PETA, but I thought she just had an accent, and I thought it was Peter.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, yes, and I was like, oh, this is so weird. Like they live in Canada or something, and like they're doing this. I can't believe this is what's going to happen to us in the future. So I'm happy I grew up.
Oh no!
Realize that
there's a lot of disturbing movies out there.
You think that movies are legitimate predictors of the future? You're like,
oh,
dude,
dude,
this is going to happen to us.
Like
in the future.
I was like, I would never win. Like I want to be Katniss, but I'd be first.
Yeah,
I would make it 1 minute in there. I would be like, find those poison berries.
They'd be like about that. How well do you think you would do in the Hunger Games?
No, not at all. They'd be like, first run and get away from everybody. And I'd be like, run. Like I'm dead.
First of all, you want me
try
to
run?
Yeah,
they're gonna catch me for sure.
Listen,
I'll get
you
a
have to
stitch
think
immediately.
But think if you were 16, how do we think we'd all do? when
I
we
hated
were
running at
16?
16 too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
16.
I was very
hated running
flexible.
too, but I played basketball and volleyball. I feel like I would have a chance. Plus,
I did a lot of martial arts.
if you're living
Yeah.
in like Pan Am or whatever, you know it's
Yeah.
coming. So I'd also be like training hard, like just in
That's
case,
fair.
right? I wouldn't be like sleeping in and watching TV.
And
I
you're
probably would-
smart,
be-
Mare. Like you can use your brains too. Like it's not
Maybe.
just physical.
I might know what plants to eat. Maybe.
I think I would die still, but I think by chance, if I won, I think they would keep me in for comedic relief. Honestly, but
Keep
I
me
think-
in. I love it. Such a
I think
reality
I'm
show
charming
like
enough
strategy.
to get sponsors. So I think I would
Yes.
play. Yeah, I think I would play the game up really well before going into the arena, and then I'd be like, "You got to get these parachutes coming.
Oh,
like
man.
Yeah,
I'm
your
talking every day. Let's go."
Your sponsor would have to send you like armor and a cage and a
Oh, yeah.
force field.
Force field. Then a hovercraft, you just fly around.
You just be in a ball.
Read
I don't think I'd get
day.
sponsors. Like I'd have trouble with sponsors. I don't think so. I would kiss somebody to survive though, so I could do that. I got
There
that
you
part
go.
down.
Easy.
You'd get banned
Yeah.
for sexuality then.
There you go.
Oh, I would
like
fake it
you're gonna give
all.
me soup for kissing somebody? I'll kiss everybody.
You're
like,
gonna
why
give
not?
me medicine. I'll marry.
You're gonna
you
give
on
me
the
soup
spot.
for I'm starving.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I love soup.
Kissing booth.
I love soup. I love soup.
I love soup.
It's the next shirt.
That's
I will
good.
wear an I love soup shirt for sure. That is a great,
Love
a great thing.
I love soup.
Yeah.
Little kiss
Yeah.
for soup.
FYI, I will kiss for soup.
That would be what you wear going into the arena. I would
Totally.
kisses for soup.
She gets up into the thing and she's on there and the countdown goes and Mare rips open the shirt. I will kiss for soup.
That's her only
Shows
weapon.
everyone.
But I
no.
won't run.
right in front of the camera.
No running.
You have to
No.
come to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to climb. Like I can't, especially
Oh,
at
no.
16. I couldn't do a chin up. I wouldn't be able to
To
do a chin up to
hoist your
save my
whole
life.
Body up? No,
No.
Nope.
not
No,
happening.
I could do that. I could climb and I could run and those things, but I don't know if I'd survive. I don't think I could kill anyone.
Like the hand-to-hand
You'd be too
combat would be
trusting.
your weakness.
But I
Didn't
yeah,
you remember
someone.
what did you used to say? There was some controversial thing you said before, like you would refuse to murder someone who like murdered your family because murder's wrong. So
I don't. Two wrongs don't make a right. So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't. I think I could wear like a
Sarah,
pita.
you're so cute.
I could
That's
hide. I'd be
really
like Rue.
sweet.
I could hide.
yeah.
Yeah,
just wait it
a
out.
lot of people won their games, which it kind of, I don't remember if it goes through more in the Hunger Games or the other books about previous years, but there's been quite a few instances where with the tributes, where they will like hide out and then people forget about them and then everyone dies and then they win. So hey, you could win.
That would get so
Yeah.
boring to watch as like
Yeah.
if we live in this world where we're consuming this as our only, I assume only TV show that get to watch.
Yeah.
And it sounds like pretty much forced to watch it, like it's not optional. It would get pretty boring. I'm thinking of like, okay, the only thing I could equate it to is like today's Survivor.
Okay, yeah.
They
like-
say that they like make stuff up to happen to the people. Like if everyone is just
Yes.
hiding and waiting,
Like,
then they'll
force
like
them
make a
out.
fire. Yeah, totally. And push
yeah.
them
Yeah,
together.
like when Katniss, she's in the tree, and then nothing's really happening, and everyone's starting to like go different ways. So they create the fire and the fireball or whatever. So they bring them all together. Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
that
but
makes me
check
mad
there.
though. It makes me mad because like I want to say you can't win. Obviously you can because someone does, but like
It makes
once
it
you find a
harder.
successful survival strategy, then they're like, too bad, that's poisonous now. Or,
Yeah, they don't
that
really
burns
care
you when
about
you touch
fairness,
it. Or,
I guess.
yeah.
Fairness
They
is
just
in the
wanna
name
kill
of the
Low,
game.
it's low on the value list.
Yeah,
They just want to
They're
kill
killing
kids.
children.
Yeah, they just wanna
They're
kill
killing
kids.
children. They
Yeah,
don't give
they're
a fuck.
killing
They're killing
kids,
children.
Yeah.
Right? And let's talk about the age range here, right?
Oh,
it's
wow,
12
this is so
to
sad.
18.
Right? Like
Yeah.
if you're an 18-year-old and you're a 12-year-old, like that is like a huge difference.
And you
right?
can
Like,
see that in some, well, I mean, sorry, I'm talking about the movie, but in the descriptions of some of the other tributes, you can tell like the careers, like
they're like all 18.
And they're all big, right? And they've all been training since they were like little kids. And then you look at Rue, she's this little 12-year-old. She's so little and sweet and cute. And then you put her beside Kato and she looks like a little pebble, right? It's very different.
Yeah. Anyway,
now, is it named The Hunger Games? Again, like I don't believe they touched on it in the movie. I don't think. Do they call it The Hunger Games in the?
Yes. So you'll have
or do they refer to it as the games? Or?
No, it's the Hunger Games. And Ashley could probably correct me on this at some point. But if your tribute for your district wins, that district for the next year gets like more food. So if you win, you aren't as hungry. Yeah, everyone's hungry except for the capital. And like even like Rue, who came from the agricultural district, she's like, no, we don't get to eat the food. The food gets sent out. Like they're also starving.
And so the capital is like, I think it's on like the right end of the country or whatever, or the world. The further you get,
I think they said the Rockies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So by the mountains.
Okay, so then the west. So the further you get from the capital, the poorer you are. So that's why District 1 and 2, 3, they have the career tributes because they're richer, they're closer to the capital, they get more resources. And that's why 12 is so poor. But going on I'm pretty sure it's just the victor and their family that gets.
They
get until the end of time. They get
forever
to live in the victor's village, and they get money and food. But the whole district for the year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of
I
their
haven't read
basic.
that part yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so right. I forgot about that.
Isn't there a part? It's been a while since I've read it. I started reading it in French, by the way. Laird got this for me. I'm practicing French, so
I'll do
it was
that.
like, I should read it in French. So.
I'm brushing up on French too.
But I remember a part like later on about how they would throw up, if you guys talked about that. So they would eat so much.
That's book 2.
And then, is that on 2? Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
That's okay, spoiler.
But that
the point is the waste.
Yeah, that they would eat and eat and eat. And then they would it was either they took something or they threw up somehow. They drank something. So that they could
throw up.
So that they could eat more. And I was like,
how else would you taste all the food?
Yeah.
I think that, right? Like,
that's shocking.
Right? Like back to the resources, celebrities can do that. And they're so skinny too. And they eat whatever they want, right? And then everyday people are struggling. What, eggs went up to like $12 a carton? Come on, right? And then for the
I can't wait till gardening season. I can't wait. I'm just gonna build another garden and just
get some chickens.
I'm planning for plants I can like snip off that will keep growing, so I don't have to.
Arugula. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, arugula. I had it last year too. You don't need a ton of it because it just goes nuts. Swiss chard.
It goes crazy.
My kids love Swiss chard.
Zucchinis grow really fast too. My friend has a garden.
Huge.
Yeah,
yes,
you do know that.
I was shocked at how big they got.
Yeah. One year my mom grew so much zucchini when we were kids that she put it in we had it every meal constantly. And then we were like, we don't want any more zucchini. Like it's too much. We don't want it anymore. It was like 3 months of zucchini every meal.
There was an uprising.
And then she like made a cake for us out of the blue. And we're like, is there zucchini in this? And
Cake. You don't bake.
It's cake. And we're like, is there zucchini? And she's like, maybe. Taste it.
Yeah.
It was chocolate, I think. Loaf. That's awesome.
A zucchini loaf hidden by chocolate.
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
Never forget, every child matters.